basically, so guys, today I'm going to be running my first ever half marathon. That sounds so funny. Honestly, 2 years ago, if I'd have said that out loud, I just thought, no, there's no way. I used to absolutely hate running, but I think it was sort of in like lockdown last year, I got more into my running again. I was just kind of like mixing up my workouts, and I did actually find like a new kind of love for running. More so, like, I prefer sort of long distance running to shorter runs, to be honest, because I feel like the first few miles I'm literally questioning like, why did I decide to go and run, and I'm hating every minute of this. But then past like the first second or third mile, I get into a bit of a flow, and then I just feel like I could just keep running and running. So I really wanted to challenge myself, and when I did that David Goggins challenge a few months ago, that was honestly one of the hardest things I've done, like physically, and I just, yeah, that was painful as hell, but I really felt amazing afterwards, and I have wanted to do like some more challenges again. And recently I've been doing some sort of 10k runs. That's actually, I think 11k is the furthest I've ever ran, so a half marathon is 21k, so that will be the longest I've ever ran. So I'm looking forward to just challenging myself. I've got a nice route, so I go on the canal that's like not too far from my house, and it sort of goes through so many different like villages. I think that's super important as well. Like when I go like road running, it's not for me. I really don't enjoy that as much as like when I've got a nice little scenic route. Make some breakfast in a second. I've just run out of oat milk. So mad at myself. Why have I let myself run out of oat milk? I had a really nice big meal yesterday, and I kind of did a bit of a mini carb load, if you like. And I have just asked over on my Instagram, just put if you've got any tips for long distance running, pop them in, and I will share those as well in this video. So if you guys want to also try more like long distance stuff, then I'll pop them on the screen for you. But basically I think it's quite nice just to be all round, like when it comes to fitness and stuff. I don't like just slotting myself in one singular field of fitness, like if you're, you know, like just weightlifting. I like just trying new things, and I think that's what fitness is all about as well. It doesn't need to just, you don't need to fit yourself in like one size fits all. So yeah, do you know, I've just actually thought to myself, like my main concern right now is that I went out for a meal last night, and I had quite like, there was like these fried dumpling things, and I'm just worried, you know, when I get on this run, I don't know, it's a bit TMI, but I just don't want my stomach to take any twists, basically. I'll just work it out, I'm sure we'll be fine. So I'm going to make a big bowl of oats, of course, what I have every single day. Just some like frozen blueberries. Oh, I'm gonna have to have my oats with water, which it's not my fave. I prefer having it with almond milk, but I need to do a food shop desperately.
Oh, you want to use my headphones?
Oh yes please, yeah. Do you want to do the marathon with me?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that would be fun. We'll try and rope Mason into running a marathon. Oats really don't taste the same, do they, with water? These seeds, I've been using these in my salad as well this week. Quite nice. I've got like a mix of raisins. Here's breakfast. Massive bowl of oats. I have already started eating this, by the way. And then all the seeds, blueberries, peanut butter, and a big bit of dark choc. It's not as nice with that. I think oats made with water, it's just nowhere near as nice. I've been watching a few YouTube videos on like long distance tips and things like that. I have zero clue how these people talk when they're running and things like that. I have no further oxygen to be using. Like whilst I'm speaking, I find it hard to talk. Like Mason, sometimes if we go on a run together, I just can't speak. I definitely prefer more endurance running than what I do sort of like short distances. Like thinking back to like sports days and PE and things at school, I've definitely always preferred more like cross-country stuff and like longer distance. If you're trying to build up your endurance and things like that, just make sure you're just building each week and stuff. Like there's no point throwing your, you know, if you've not ran before and then trying to do a half marathon, you just don't want to get injured or get, you know, like shin splints and like irritabilities like that. Last year when I did start running and doing more like 10Ks and things, there were a few times where I just don't think I warmed up properly, or cooled down for that matter as well, and I did get like a few sort of like niggles on my knees and some shin splints and stuff like that. So I've learned from that it's important not to just like overdo it too soon or go too quick. Like, it's good to find a good pace. And any competition is yourself at the end of the day. You don't need to try and compete to someone else's speed. Just go at your own pace, what you're comfortable with, and that's the most important thing really. I'm just gonna make a quick beverage. Let me make a drink. I feel like I'm faffing about now. I'm just gonna make a quick collagen drink, mango passion fruit. Honestly, my favourite thing at the minute. I'm just thinking what to wear because I don't want to start getting, you know, really bad chafing, but these shorts are nice and long, so I think I'll be fine. And then I'm just going to pop this blue top on over the top, and then we're good to go now, I think. Right, I'm just going to do some warm-up drills. Are you getting involved as well, pottery? Hip flexors feel so tight actually. This is so important, honestly. Make sure you do some dynamic stretching. Decided to sit right in the middle of there. Don't laugh at me. I can't decide whether these go or not, but I haven't actually worn these Asics trainers. I got them probably 2 months ago, specifically women's trainers for running. Orthopedic comfort foam insole. They feel so comfy. Kind of remind me of, like, you know, memory foam mattress for your feet. I mean, I don't think Asics are as aesthetic as like your Nike trainers, but I remember when I used to play netball in school and stuff like that, like, your feet feel really secure. It's so important to have a decent running shoe, not ones that are like overworn and stuff, just because it supports your joints and stuff, and running is so strenuous on your knees and things like that, especially if you're running on hard stuff. So really make sure you've got a decent pair of trainers. It's definitely worth investing in. I know some can get like ridiculously pricey. Ooh. Oh yeah, they're really nice. Oh my god, it's the nicest day. I've got my drink here and I'm just gonna set off now. I'll probably video some parts like when I get on the actual canal, because this bit is like roadside type kind of thing. I'm gonna do some more stretches and stuff. My hips feel tight. It is what it is. And these are super comfy. I feel like I'm gonna be hot, to be honest, now. .6 kilometres in, just thinking about like, ooh, it's quite windy actually. I feel like I run a bit weird, like I'm probably thinking about everything, like my hands seem to be going everywhere, but thinking actually, like, I've not actually got that much water with me. My head is actually wet. I've got the biggest Sula. I just had to change over my place. I'm listening to Tim Westwood, you know, on Mixcloud. It was all like Brent Fayez, you know, like slow, and I need some energy in my life. How pretty is this little bridge? This is probably like my favourite part. It's so nice. Right, we're nearly at 5k. I've got a bit of a stitch going on. just get my breath back. We're nearly at, I hate when this happens, you know, when you are just in my little zone then. But not to worry, just keep going. I think that's the most important thing. Whenever you're setting yourself like a target, it doesn't matter like how you get there, as long as you just sort of keep moving, try not to stop, because then you start to seize up and everything. Halfway, flipping heck, I completely underestimated this. I think my hand's shaking, I can barely even hold my phone still. That was so tough. Like, I was probably I think at 9k I was struggling, and I was just thinking, I feel like I've just ran the width of the UK at this point. Like, I'm exaggerating, but I was struggling, and I ran out of water a bit ago. I'm quite thirsty, so I'm gonna have this electrolyte thing. I'm so sweaty, but at least it's nice and sunny, and it's really quiet as well. Like, I've just been able to go straight. My music went off because there was no signal. Like, I kid you not, I have absolutely zero clue where I am right now. I think I'm just in the middle of Cheshire somewhere, but I don't recognise any part of this, and it feels like I've got such a long way to get back home. My legs are cramping slightly, but we're all good. I don't feel too bad, and at least the sun is out. Imagine if it was throwing it down. Basically running in silence for a bit of that then, because my music went off, my podcast wasn't loading as well. I didn't want to stop for too long, but my electrolyte thing wouldn't fit in here, so I've had it like in my cleavage basically. And when I'm running, just thinking about like what I'm going to eat later, like 90% of this run I'm just thinking, oh, what can I order? I fancy something like fruit. Oh, praying that this gives me like a second lease of life. I've got some serious blisters underneath like the bottoms of my feet. I really fancy like a smoothie bowl or something. I've really slowed down now. 7 kilometres to go. I could just hop on that boat. 17k. I much prefer running on like soft ground. It just feels so much nicer like when you're joined compared to the concrete. But we're nearly there. Oh. I feel like I've got a second wind now because I recognise where I am again. Whew. Like, I was thinking my nightcap wasn't tracking it right, because I just felt like I was running for ages back there. There's no point me pretending I am breathing through this. This last part is struggle city. Right, let's run. So close to finishing now, but my legs just feel numb. Oh my god. Oh, I shouldn't sit down really. No, I shouldn't have. I got a Powerade and drank the whole thing just as I passed a shop then. Excuse the absolute state of me right now. A lot tougher than I anticipated. 2 hours, 22 minutes, 34 seconds. I've just been on my Whoop app, and daily strain rank number 3 in Great Britain out of 7.4k. I love this Whoop app for like tracking everything, your workouts and your sleep and stuff, but that's sweat, isn't it? I just went to the toilet and my knickers, like the colouring from my knickers has come through to my shorts, which has never happened to me ever. Like, I've got like a massive endorphin hit. I'm so happy that I've actually just finished my first ever half marathon. Like, whenever you do anything like this, try not to get so caught up in like what my time is or what anyone else's time is. Of course you want to, like, you know, if you want to get quicker, get faster, have more endurance and stuff like that, you can just like compare yourself to yourself. Don't worry about anyone else's time or like trying to beat that. Just go at a good pace that challenges you. But go 22k, 2 hours 22 minutes. There are my hips and hamstrings are so tight right now. Oh my god, like, it was harder than I anticipated completely.
Yeah, legs gonna be gone tomorrow.
Oh my god. the prawn and leek risotto. How good does this look? And I'm going to have it with some cheese. Oh, this one.
Get all the lactic acid out.
God, ow, ow, ow.